Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Aisav, Ritalin, and Artscroll, Part 2. We mentioned in Part 1 that Aisav had a tremendous bundle of energy. And the question is, what's he going to do with it? Where is he going to direct it? And unfortunately, according to David, finds he directed it in an improper way, and that is when he was named Edom, to show that that red nature, unfortunately, was not harnessed properly. We took this idea to a child in the classroom, where he's just not making it because he's so jumpy, he's bouncing off the walls. And what do you do with such a child? Maybe a knee-jerk reaction to go ahead and try to go ahead and give him Ritalin and other substances to, quote, calm him down. Another approach may be to go ahead and harness that energy and see how you could take that power that he has and direct it in a good way and harness it for good things. And maybe when there's really no choice and you tried all other efforts, maybe a medical solution like Ritalin would be applicable, but that should be, in my opinion, a last resort. What does that have to do with Artscroll? So I think there's a similar idea here as well, where the Artscroll Gemara has been around for decades now, almost 30 years. And I think we should have the same attitude as we do towards Ritalin. What does that mean? A person could go ahead, just like with Ritalin, harness the energy and direct it in a proper way, then of course that's what should be done. And b'diavad, when there's no choice, we have to go ahead and try other kind of crutches. So too with Artscroll. All these new tools in learning, like Artscroll, it makes it so much easier, and the Haruta Gemara and other things like that. A person has to really think it through. A person will have the ability. A 20-year-old, 21-year-old, 22, he didn't have a great background in the Gemara. He's come to yeshiva now, and he is ready to work like a dog. Take out a Gemara, an old-fashioned plain Gemara, and a dictionary, the Artscroll, the Jastrow dictionary, the Frank, whatever the dictionary may be, the Gemara dictionary, and work and sweat for hours and hours and hours, and develop his reading skills, his Havana skills, understanding skills, so that he can become a fluent Gemara reader. So Chaval, for him to go ahead, take an Artscroll. Will always be dependent on Artscroll translation. I have no doubt the Artscroll publishers would say the same thing. They say, don't buy us. You're ready to work in the Gemara and develop your reading skills and tools. Of course, that's what you should do. However, many people just cannot do that. They don't have a knack for language, they don't have the time, they don't have the zitch flies, they're just not going to sweat it out. So then it should be used because there's no other choice. But it should be with the appropriate understanding that we have the ideal, and then we have sometimes what's realistic, but we should always go for the ideal. In Hebrew, it's called the Ratzoy and the Matzoy. Ratzoy is the ideal, the Matzoy is just not realistic. So those are the comparisons. Where a person goes ahead as a wild kid with so much energy. Ideal, Ratzoy, direct it, harness it. And sometimes Matzoy is not so realistic, so we have to try other kinds of solutions. So it's with the learning, the Ratzoy to become an independent learner and work and sweat for years, if that's what it means. Matzoy, if it's not realistic for this specific person, at a certain age in life or a stage in life, he's not going to develop the skills. So okay, and there's a beautiful gift called Artscroll. But everyone should always look at all these things with the proper perspectives. Shalom.